Yumping it's January. What a great month for Jotunn. Hello, it is currently minus 37 degrees Celsius, maybe minus 45 with the wind chill. And since I am experiencing my own little Fimbulwinter, I thought I'd put something together. Let's talk about giants. I feel most settings don't really give giants the credit they're due. Giants are often used as very large, irate, frequently inbred primitives who exist to be an experience block a bit stronger than, say, a minotaur or an ogre. Granted, some systems play them up a little bit better than others, scaling their kit up and letting them cosplay as Vikings, but it's still a lot of big dumb brute hit you with a tree and shoplift your cattle. Giants should be special. They should be better than that. I mean, everything you write or create should be deliberate and purposeful, but giants are special. Giants are the old guard. They were the protagonists before there were protagonists. A force in the world that physically and spiritually represented a way of life that didn't just survive, but thrived and flourished in the primordial chaos of the prehistoric world, wresting order from chaos with their giant hands. They planted forests, they dug rivers, they herded cattle, and shaped the world to suit their needs. And when the world grew ordered and their numbers swelled, the same chaos they fed upon was diminished and they withered. A period of stagnation set in. Giants fled back into the wilderness, cities became overgrown, and meek squatters sort through the trash left behind to make kingdoms of mud, scavenging off a world so much bigger than their own that they're completely ignorant of it. That's the general vibe I like to see with giants, that their historical influence on the world was so huge and impactful that it can't even really be understood or appreciated by those that came after because it's just too to scale. Not even in a Roman sense, because I know that's the go-to, but in an Amazon rainforest sense, as in your whole society could be living in what you perceive as a lush, untouched ecosystem, but in actuality it's just the orchard of a previous civilization that's gone to weed, like the whole fucking thing. No science fiction or magic is even necessary, because again, giants. They're big, they live a long time. I know YouTube and TikTok armchair historians don't like to hear this, but you can change a lot about the planet's geography and environment even with stone tools, if you have enough time and devoted interest. Now scale that up. Scale it up to a race of people who are 20 feet tall and can live for 400 years. Write the giants that conspiracy theorists think exist. Post-apocalyptic giants aside, time is a flat circle, unless your setting has a definitive end, in which case it isn't, but I digress. Giants are also at their best when their state of primitivism is a temporary regressive period, one that could one day end and be followed by a return to prosperity. I think that's the better plot hook with giants. That they're not the contemptuous villains they are because they're just these massive backward stupid savages, but that they've passed down an oral tradition of what their civilization was like, and they have a massive chip on their shoulder about the whole thing because of how glorified it's become in their mind. Because true to life, they pine for a return to that age, lament they were born in the wrong period, and decry everything after it as objectively inferior, entirely motivated by impossibly idealized nostalgia, and completely immune to critique or negotiating from what they perceive as degenerate inferiors, failing not only to see themselves and anyone else, but even to imagine a future or present that could ever be better than the past. That is peak giant conflict in my eyes. That's their thematic problem, that their big twist and that the actual reality is they aren't living in a diminished period despoiled by whatever meme, but that they're actually just living in the past. Everything the giants of the past had still remains in the giants of the present. They just need to realize that and press onward. But their nostalgia is so compulsive and so self-destructive that it's made them helpless. It's convinced them that they are helpless, ignorant of their own abilities, completely unable to self-actualize or manifest their own destiny. And why would they, when nothing will ever be better than the past? Why bother working for the future? That's giants. Jotunn January, everybody. Unless this comes out in February, then happy Jotunn Yebuary?